FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
LasVegasDiscount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. LasVegasDiscount.net. LasVegasDiscount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit LasVegasDiscount.net.
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
You are listening to Ken Norton on Fight Net Radio. And I've been thinking that I would come out of retirement just to knock out Lee Honey.
Zip. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. I apologize. You can hear the party. I'm setting this all up at the park via Wi-Fi, Andrew. It's Mother's Day. Couldn't get away from my own family. So you know how it goes. What are the big plans for Mother's Day, Andrew?
We will be gambling, Lee. There will be the ponies today, my lady. That's a tradition here. We go to the horse races.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
I'll be here at the park all day. That should be pretty good. White people like barbecues. It's a thing. You know how that goes. Oh, dog in the yard. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good. He's going up to one of the kids. Oh, shit. Shit, Andrew.
I'm very surprised.
Family event ruined. Did it work today? Did everybody like that one better? Is it funnier if the joke is directed?
I thought you were gonna start the show in a different way. Let me tell you.
Do it every week, dude. It's becoming a recurring joke. Do you want me to break in the middle of the show with a gunfight? I'm not. I'm gonna go back to the well till that joke works.
No, you know what we should have started with? We're gonna stop the show. We're going to stop the show, Lee, and then just keep the show going. Isn't that what we seen last night? That poor kid. What the hell was going on?
By the way, hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Hunt,
what was going on?
No, I recorded all that stuff. That's just bonus material. I'm
going to stop the fight. I'm going to stop the fight. I swear I'm going to stop the fight. He did. I hate siding with the commentary, but that was criminal what Dogbo, his dad, was doing to him last night. No advice at all in the last, 7 rounds, 6 rounds. Just completely destroying that kid mentally. You're not doing it. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Go ahead, Lee. I don't want to get too far.
No, it's okay. Which fight card? We're here to give you boxing news and updates. If you're not a regular to the show and all you did was turn on the show and heard me at a family picnic listening to Leonard Skinner and kids playing and dogs attacking and gunshots, that's not my family picnic. It's a recurring joke that's now gone on for 2 episodes. I blew the PBC press conference, which should have had a gunfight, and then the one that actually worked for Andrew 2 episodes ago. I'll leave that one in place and not explain it because it actually worked. You realize at the end of the year, I'll have a compilation of where gunfights have broken out. It'll be like a best of show. There'll be a best of show where gunfights have broken out throughout the year. That's my goal, Andrew. 52 episodes of where a gunfight breaks out randomly and sporadically throughout the show. You realize Bob's going to have one in a hotel room at some point, right? Oscar's going to have one. Bob's going to have one. Bob will be talking to us on the phone. There'll be a gunfight breakout in his room. Probably a scene from, okay. Yeah, you're not into it. I sense that.
You're giving up the jokes to everyone, dude.
I get that. Hi, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche, bringing you the wonderful world of boxing. Visit our website, fightnetradio.com. Be a part of the revolution. I don't know what that means. That seems like a tagline everybody uses. Be a part of the revolution. I don't know if we're part of a revolution. I'm just being perfectly honest.
Nah.
You can go to our Facebook page, follow us live, get involved, watch what we do, read the stories. We had a tremendous evening of boxing yesterday. Andrew and I will be discussing it. And clearly, the fight card that is most prevalent in your mind, I'm guessing, based on when you watched it, Andrew, is going to be the ESPN card. Am I correct in that assessment?
Yeah, we can go wherever you want, but yes, I did watch
which
the
fight
ESPN
happened first
about an hour ago.
Which fight card happened in your mind first, Fox or ESPN?
I believe it was the Fox card that started first. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And you're passing up Harold. Come on. Can you give respect?
All right. This is from our own timeline. We'll start right here.
On. There you go.
We'll start the show right here. Harold Lederman yesterday died at age 79. He passed away from cancer. Joining us from heaven, Andrew.
Nice.
Harold Lederman.
How you doing, Andrew?
Very good, Mr. Lederman. How was the transition?
I made it to the other side. I scored 115 to 113.
That's awesome.
For those of you who are regulars, if you're asking if Heavenly Howard is still going to be a part of the show, yes.
Damn right he is.
I don't know what fight you're watching, Jim. Yes, Howard.
I didn't know he had cancer.
I didn't think he was at those fights at the end. I never got the vibe. Like he was watching it on a feed and he was almost doing it from home. Is how I got the feeling.
Courageous fight. He did it on his own, right? Didn't use it to gain any
like Alex
popularity or whatever. No, whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying, Lee. He decided to do it personal. So very.
Do you think we'd get better ratings if I had cancer?
79.
Oh.
You're disturbing. 79 is a good age, right? We wish to live longer. But
I was around when everything was in black and white, for God's sakes.
That's what I mean. Yeah, 79 is a good age, man.
It was, Andrew. It was. Yep. Did you know my daughter can't score a fight, Andrew? I just found out when I got up here to heaven.
Now we can tell the truth. You can see that
my daughter 112 to 107.
I see a recurring bit. It's just appearing before my eyes. I like Harold Lederman. I like the fact that the greatest line of all time, still from Harold Lederman. I don't know what fight you're watching.
Right.
If you guys have never heard that out of Harold Lederman, you never paid attention. Harold scored it, however, Harold won, and he was not an HBO shill. That's the coolest part about Harold Lederman. Towards the end, I think he was a little more HBO shillish. I think, my opinion. But there were points in his career when he clearly didn't give two fucks of the dial. Like he just, this is how I see it. Much like his daughter, they score it how they're going to score it. And then a little bit towards the end, and now that I know that he had cancer, I'm gonna ease off the man. All right. I think he was a little bit of an HBO shill. I think they all got pulled into a room at one point and basically had the Illuminati speech of, you work for HBO, you score for HBO, you talk about HBO, you are pro HBO. Didn't you get that feeling about HBO towards the end of its run?
Well, of course, they all, they had this Cold War going where you only have so many fighters that you get to put on your network. So all of them have to be good. All the fights have to be close. Hell, I could have swore we had another draw last night. Another draw.
Oh no, I was expecting the draw. I was expecting the draw in the Herd fight.
Yeah.
I was expecting.
Oh yeah. You know what? He was the 12th round away from getting it. If he would have showed up in better in the 12th round, you never know, Lee. But he got hurt. He just didn't look like. I don't want to jump ahead, but he didn't look good. That was a setback for the PBC. Come on, they lost to undisputed or unified. He was unified. Junior middleweight champ right there.
Yep, I'm with you. Joining us from heaven.
He doesn't have he's not undisputed because he's missing the WBO. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Yes. Shitting on Max Kellerman in this one. I must repeat this. A right to the right side of the face stretches the skin and causes a cut. Now, that's not true. I don't know. Maybe he stretched the skin and maybe he didn't, but he did get a cut. Orthodox versus Southpaw arrow. Yeah. Wait, I want to hear it again. That's how you have it 3-3, Arrow. I got a 3-0, 30-27, JoJo Diaz Jr. That's it. Did you hear the dermatology I learned from Max Kellerman in round 1? I must repeat this. A right to the right side of the face stretches the skin and causes a cut. Now, that's not beautiful. I don't know. I guess he's okay with Max Kellerman.
Oh, I thought he was being sarcastic there.
I thought he was too. I'm a little disappointed with Harold.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Jim, I'm going to miss him.
Yeah, everyone.
And that is our tribute to Harold Lederman.
The
Next, I want to go into a tribute for Silver King, who just passed away, Andrew. Were you a big Silver King fan?
Silver King? No. What are we talking about there? Oh, okay.
A wrestler under a mask, which probably only impressed one of our listeners.
Hey, 1 week away.
Are you telling me that you nor I posted updates from the fights last night because we were too lazy, or this morning?
Yeah, I went to bed. I fell asleep when I got home.
All right.
I actually watched them not knowing anything. I didn't go to my Facebook at all because I didn't get to watch the fights live.
Oh, you're lucky because I was about to tell you.
I was shocked. I was shocked with the Herd fight. The ESPN one. Not shocked. Look, we lost Bert Cooper too. Might as well throw him in there too.
Yeah, Bert Cooper. Bert Cooper tribute. All right, let's do a Bert Cooper Bert Cooper.
What did he pass away from? I think he got passed away from cancer too yesterday or this week.
Did he?
Yes.
Cancer's horrible.
Yeah,
I think we finally got rid of cancer. Have you noticed less people are getting it and diagnosed with it? I mean, it still happens, but it's not the same anymore.
Well, that's good.
You realize we're in a generation where we're going to live to be 100. You get that, right?
I hope. I'm having kids pretty late.
You are not. I had kids late. You're having them right on time.
I hope.
It is Smoking Bert Cooper. I got it right the first time. So tell me about Bert Cooper.
Hey, I just created a professional Wix site for my business.
Hey, you're loud and you're interrupting with a commercial in the middle of our show. YouTube. What's your Bert Cooper memory?
Strong puncher, inside guy, exciting. The Holyfield fight, hurt Holyfield. Yeah, he's one of those. Look at that. Look at that left. One of those. He was the contender, right? Really never a champ, but there he was always there.
You have him calling from heaven or anything?
No.
My tribute was way better.
Well, you should have did it then.
That's not my job, Andrew. I can't write all the A+ material for this show.
He lost almost every major fight he was in, Lee, so you can't really say the guy is like a walking legend, right? I'm not going to go overboard, but he was exciting. His style was exciting. His losses were exciting.
Oof.
Yeah, if you watched the heavyweight boxing back in the early 90s, late 80s, you know who Bert Cooper is. So it was sad that we lost him so early. But yeah, I can't go overboard. I'm not going to sit here and go overboard and talk about something that wasn't, because he lost almost every major fight he was in.
There you go. Everybody passed away this week. I apologize to everybody. Death is a hard thing. That's me trying to be sensitive. I'm really bad with sensitivity.
I really think his best fight was probably going to be the Evander Holyfield fight. I think that's the one that everyone remembers, is going to remember him for. NABF champion seemed to be the highest he ever got, Lee, but he was in the ring with all of them. Mercer, Lewis, Bo. He fought them all. So that's why Bert Cooper's remembered.
Much better. See, you pulled that one out.
Well,
are you on Wikipedia now?
I didn't. I couldn't fake it. I didn't want to. His memory is a 7-round TKO loss, right? Everything's a loss. So,
excuse me, Andrew.
I pulled it out. Let's go. Let's move forward. Rest in peace to Bert Cooper. Yes, sir.
Andrew, I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't see Bert Cooper anywhere up here.
Oh, that's fucked up. Don't even start with that. It's a crowded place. You better look. We'll get back to that at the end of the show. He better find them, Lee. Don't start with that.
Andrew, do you want to list the people that I thought that would be up here that aren't up here?
Is there like a friends find list up there? Can you just can you go to? Is there a computer you go to look for family members? How does this work? Damn it.
We will start with the ESPN card. Our friends over at Top Rank put on a card yesterday that I thought was actually today based on the show we did a couple of days ago. I don't know why it was a full day off. That was very weird in hindsight. Virgil versus Vargas. And Emmanuel Navarrete stops Isaac Dogbo. And here we go. Emmanuel Navarrete, 27-1, 23 KO, successfully defended his WBO Super Bantamweight title on ESPN2, putting on a 12-round beatdown of Isaac Dogbo, until his trainer finally threw in the towel. And thanks to watching DAZN, Andrew, a week ago, we now know, thanks to Sergio, right? We now know who can stop a fight, right? Hold on, let me check my list, the Sergio list, right? Who stopped the fight? The trainer. The trainer can stop the fight. The ringside officials could stop the fight. Fan man can stop the fight. Okay, Andrew, I'm pretty sure, based on Sergio Mora, right? The right person stopped this fight. How'd I do?
He did pretty good. Yes,
Did he teach me a lot? I'm telling you, Sergio Mora, the more you need. The rematch played out exactly. Didn't think that callback was going to happen, did you? The rematch played out exactly like the first, with Navarrete landing long shots and solid hooks on the shorter Dogbo, with struggles to maintain a range where he could effectively mount his own offense. By the way, we are using bad left hook, part of the SB Nation. Apologize. Shout out to them. I'm actually thinking of contacting them and creating a relationship, Andrew. I like their page. So, tell me first about what you thought about the 12th round stoppage at 2:02 when literally the fight was almost over. Did you think the stoppage was good? Let's start right there.
Yes. Yeah, it was time. They could have stopped it earlier if they wanted to.
3 rounds previously, Andrew, based on my math.
Yeah, no doubt. But we've seen trainers do that before, right? Trinidad got stopped in the 12th round by Hopkins. They could have stopped that one earlier. Sometimes these dads get caught in the moment. Dogbo's father.
I think Dogbo's funnier if you want to go with that.
Dogbo's father was, talked about a lot, I guess, over when they went back home, about how he was not a real trainer. He wasn't a pro ex-fighter. He was learning on the job. He got his son beat. He didn't do good in this fight. I mean, if anyone watched this, his son had no head movement whatsoever. Lee, when you have a 7-8 inch reach disadvantage, a 5-inch height disadvantage, man, you got to look at some of the old fighters in the past, and I'm talking about like what I believe it was Timothy Bradley was talking about Joe Frazier, a Mike Tyson, someone who was always at a disadvantage against bigger men. This is like a heavyweight fight disadvantage here. When you got someone who's only 5'2", going up against someone who's 5'7", 74-inch reach to a 62 or something. It was just ridiculous. The numbers on this fight, they had this kid no game plan. He's walking straight in. Yeah, he's going behind a jab, but when your jab is 7 inches short, what is the fucking purpose of the jab, Lee? I don't get it. You need head movement. You need to be on your toes. You gotta do that thing that everyone's talking about right now. Put this Nazarete kid in the Matrix, right? He got to be all over the place. Oh, they didn't do none of that. They walk right in, no head movement. He's just getting chopped, beaten down. I don't know, around that midway fight, the dad starts telling him he's going to stop the fight for it seemed like the whole minute the dad just keeps saying he was going to stop it. You're not doing good. You're not doing what I'm telling you. He's got no other advice, I guess, but that one game plan they had. And because his son didn't do the one game plan, the whole thing was out the window. Yeah, they stopped it late, but he still stopped it. The kid didn't end on his back, correct? It's not like they had a stretcher coming in the ring. So, I mean, the fight is what it is. I thought ESPN could have eased up a little on the They made it about the dad, like he was about to be found guilty if the son got hurt. This is a professional boxing. Sometimes these guys, they're in it for good. They don't want to go back poor. They don't want to go back with the loss. They have dreams of this sport getting them out of whatever financial situations they're in. And I don't know, Bradley and Andre Ward know the real conditions of the lifestyle that this family comes from. So, there's a lot behind it. Yeah, sometimes it's a sick sport, but it also takes a certain kind of fan to watch this sport. This isn't for the weak.
Andrew, I don't want to interrupt from heaven and all. I have an update. Do you want the update?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm waiting.
I don't want to scare anybody, Jim. You ready for this? Timothy Bradley's up here in heaven with me. That's an alien.
That's an alien. You're stupid.
I was going to go with a Dogbo joke there that he was already up in heaven.
Yeah,
but since you brought up Timothy Bradley, see how I made the switch there?
Yeah.
See the comedy switch? If this is your first time listening to Fight Net Radio and you didn't find that joke even slightly amusing, or at least put a smile on your face while you sit in traffic in whatever godforsaken freeway you have to endure, I would highly recommend The Boxing Show. The THA Boxing Show. Shout out to those guys. By the way, shout out to those guys. Like, they need help. Did you like the fight, Andrew? Did you enjoy watching it? I thought it was a lot of fun. It was not a good watch the fight.
No, because I thought the champ could have done more to get Dogbo out of there. He started turning into a power puncher, right? He was picking his shots around round 8 or 9. I think he knew he had the fight in the bag, and he really eased up on the attack when he probably should have got him out of there for the kid's own good. And you don't have to do it with headshots. Lee, the kid was so off balance, he could have destroyed his body to put him down. He was broken. Dogbo is probably broken as a fighter. I'm gonna be real with you. You don't. These 2 losses were beatdowns by this man. What we need to get answered now by the champ was this a Styles matchup that made him look good, or is he for reals? So he will continue on. He'll fight on in the division, and Dogbo says he wants to move up. Bad idea. They throw heavier punches up there, and you have no defense. I think him and his father were exposed. The criticism they received back home should come 10 times more in this one because, stopped at 3 rounds too late. Had no answer. I don't like the advice. You just got to go back and listen to the advice of the trainer in the time of the fight. If you're constantly telling your kid, After every round, you're going to stop it. You're not doing what I'm telling you. You're getting out punched. You're getting out this. Stop the fight. You almost have it to where it's a he has no chance of winning. You don't even have a plan B. Very sad situation. I don't know.
Andrew, we're getting an alert.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, let me read it right now. Isaac Dogboy has now signed a 5-year, $25 million PBC contract. Outstanding. Congratulations to the PBC.
You'll have 3 fights. You'll have 3 fights.
That's a good joke. Yeah. That was a good joke, Andrew. I'm on a roll today. With all of that said, hey, let's move on to the next fine fight, shall we? Which was your main event of the evening, or the other way around. Which is, in your mind, which of these was really the main event? They build them as co-headlining events, Andrew. What did you think? Berchelt versus Vargas 2.
Oh, come on. You can't even ask which one's the main event with me. Lee, I told you, Berchelt's one of the most underrated fighters right now in the sport, and he proved it again. He's now destroyed.
I gave you a setup, so do it correctly. How did the fight turn out?
Oh, that's your job.
Then you give your commentary.
Miguel Berchelt knocked him out. He retired him in the 6th
round.
At the end of the 6th round, Lee.
Correct.
At the end of the 6th round.
For those of you who think I'm just being a douchebag, I'm not. Andrew gets really excited to talk about fights he's excited to talk about, but I'm trying to get Andrew to give a full audio description for all of you.
That's
so that when I die from the inevitable heart attack that I'm going to have, Andrew can carry on the show with his sons. That is my goal in life. The show will continue on. Next, I'm going to teach him how to actually work with the computer a little more. That'll be a much more daunting task. However, the inevitable aneurysm or heart attack that I'm going to have, I want Andrew to continue this show with his sons and their generations. Fight Net Radio will never die. All right. With all that said, Andrew, and my long explanation, explain the fight to me like I haven't seen the fight.
Well, it was another barn burner while it lasted. Francisco Vargas looked like he looked like a tribal Indian in this one. I don't know if anyone's seen. Someone tried to kill this man at one point in his life, Lee. You guys got to go back and watch the tape. Why does he have so many scars on the left side of the back of his head? It was almost like someone, see, that's the right side. If you look at the other side of his head, Lee, he has like 4 or 5 gashes back there, like if someone was beating his head with a hammer. So I don't know what the hell happened to that man in his life, but yeah, this was like an old Mexican war right here, an Indian versus a more of a European Indian or Mexican, and the warrior had too much. He had too much. What is it called? Machismo. Just way too came into the fire every single time, taking punches right off the face. He was using his head. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but Francisco Vargas was hella trying to get a cut in this fight, and there was actually 2 cuts, but not the extent I think he wanted. He was trying to go for a bloodbath. That's why he looked like a straight Indian. The guy looked like an Indian to me last night. He was in it to win it, but Berchelt's one of the best in the world. Berchelt, I was a little disappointed in. He didn't call out Lomachenko. He didn't talk about a move up. He's talking about a unification against 2 fighters no one even knows about. That's not going to get him where he needs to be. And that's not going to get him headlines even in his home country. So I was a little disappointed in that. He's kind of playing the Bob Arum role right now. When seriously, Vasily Lomachenko versus Miguel Berchelt probably should have already happened. And if it hasn't already happened, they got to start talking about this fight now. These are 2 of the best little men in the world. Vasily at 135, Berchelt at 130. There's 2 losses and about 70, 80 wins. Or what does he know? Actually, that's way too much. What is Vasily's got, what, 13 wins now, Lee? 13, he's got 30. So they got about 40, 45 wins combined, 2 losses, all the titles. They're number 1 in both their spots. This is the fight that needs to be made. Saying they're not even talking about it. That's what upsets me the most. Now, Berchelt's only 27 years old, So his team, they know they have time. Vasily Lomachenko, I don't know what pipe dream he's chasing, but if he wants a money-making opponent, you got to look at the country that provides the most views, and that's Mexico. You got to get the fight with Miguel Berchelt soon, but they might be scared. You know, that Orlando Salido nightmare might be lingering in the back of his head.
For those of you who don't watch the video, I inserted a video joke that Andrew rolled right over the top of. Good for you, by the way. Kudos, because your family only listens to the show. They don't watch the video. Now they're going to go watch the video. And kudos to Andrew. I'm not going to say anything about it because I want more people to watch the videos. By the way, we're getting a bigger audience watching our show replayed as a video, Andrew. Is that
Very
weird?
Good. That's good.
You just like people listening to you, don't you, Andrew? That's why I'm trying to pump you up. It is the Andrew Labouche Show. I'm just Lee Han.
Always.
You kidding? My part of the job's easy. I barely have to watch and click buttons. I make jokes. That's it. That's my job, Andrew. That's the truth.
Lee, did you see it?
That's a great picture, by the way. This is a great picture. This is a really good. Did they put a filter on it, or is that just the lighting from the arena? This is a really great shot. Look at the way the lighting hit that ring before the fight. That's a really good shot. I think that's a live shot, and I think that's just the lighting on the ring. That's really nice. I'd put that on the cover if I were Top Ring. I might make that our cover photo. I like it so much.
And seriously, Juan Carlos Estrada, Miguel Berchelt, Saul Alvarez, they're really bringing it back for their country right now. In a country that was thin on champions not too long ago, they seem to have three guys that are all headed. Well, Saul's already there, but they're all going to be probably pound for pound rated here very soon. I would have Berchelt as a serious contender if they put him up against Lomachenko right now. The guy throws 1,000 punches. His face can hold up. Lee, if we found out anything in the, I don't know, what is it, 17, 18? I think he went 11 rounds the first fight, 6 rounds this one, so we're at 17 rounds. The 17 rounds that him and Francisco Vargas went in, an undefeated power-punching offensive fighter himself. Vargas is a machine. His face held up in both fights. In this one, there was a lot of heads getting banged together too. It was I seen Vargas doing it. Vargas went for it. He went for it all. The ref kept telling him, pick up your head. And we all know Vargas is prone to cuts, man. He's got bad tissue over his eyes. He doesn't even have eyebrows anymore. He's been fucking operated on so many times. And he started using his head a lot. Berchelt's the real deal. I don't know why Top Rank isn't behind this kid a lot more. There's some serious money. Maybe they're just building them. It's probably something I don't know. But there's going to be some serious money here for the country in boxing because they have three of the best. Estrada, Berchelt, and Alvarez. They're coming.
So for those of you who are casual boxing fans, those are the two fights you would have watched on ESPN. But that was not the biggest news on the ESPN card, was it, Andrew?
No. What are we going to go with?
What
Tyson
was the
Fury?
biggest news on the ESPN card?
I don't know. Darn it. You got me. What was it?
Professor Fox, a name you will never hear again on this show. I'm just saying it right now. Upset 2016 Olympic gold medalist Fazladin Fazi Gabin Shamalama Ding Dong in a 10-round super lightweight bout with the winning scores of 96, 92, 95, 93. Joining us from Arizona, as always, longtime contributor to the show, Bob Air.
Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning. How's it
What
going,
did you
brother?
think of the prospect? I decided to step the kid up. Didn't really work out. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, very disappointed. I didn't really see it, Bob. Sorry about that.
Why not?
I don't know. Where was the fight at? I watched the 2 fights on ESPN. That's all I watched.
Andrew, we were televising all day, of course. So for those of you who live under a rock, I've been investing all my effort into this Fozzie kid, right? So you know, Andrew, I do like I like the Olympics kids, you know. So I got another Olympic kid.
Oh wow, what is that? What is he? What hat was he wearing?
Andrew.
Look like Castro. I just looked up and seen the photo. Look at that. That's Fidel Castro right there.
He's a fucking commie, Andrew.
Watch out.
Let's get away from that shit for a second.
That's why he lost.
Andrew, he lost because he sucks.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I jumped a 7-0 kid up against the 20-1 kid who had no knockouts. Little did I know that he was going to shit the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm being a jackass. I don't even know what hat that is. He might be wearing a military
He's a Nazi,
hat.
Andrew.
Oh, well, you stop. We don't know that, people. We don't know. We're just being jackasses.
So I signed this Michael kid for nothing. You know, like $5,000. I didn't even put him under contract, Andrew. I thought he was just going to get his shit handed to him, call it a day. We kill a lot of time, and we move on to the 2 main events. You know the formula, right?
Yes.
So I put Fozzie in there thinking, pick up another wing kid, a little bit of exposure, I'll put you at the tail end on the ESPN Plus card, yada, yada, yada. You get a payday, blah, blah, blah. Fucking kid lost, Andrew. He didn't lose a little. He lost every single fucking round. Not slightly. Every single fucking round, Andrew.
That's a tall fighter. Boy got range. Look at that. Smack.
Yeah, that's the best photo we have, Andrew. The rest is him getting his ass kicked. It's one of the strangest upsets I've ever been a part of. We don't like to talk about the Lomachenko event around the office much. You know what I mean? I tend to break out in hives when they talk about the loss.
You need to get off Lomachenko in the junior, junior lightweight division, though. Mikey Garcia is not there. Comey, Selby, all these guys are weak. These guys are weak. You need to get Miguel Burchell in. I'm telling you, everyone needs to start demanding Lomachenko Burchell here soon.
Well, he's the best fighter ever, Andrew. As you're aware, I've been on the show many times to explain that he's the greatest fighter ever.
Yeah, no. He's in a division full of 30-year-olds, so, yeah, he should be. He's like the best of the 30-year-old division.
Greatest fighter ever, Andrew.
Garcia, 31, not even there. Comey, 32. Selsby, 32. Corolla, 32. Petraza, 30. I mean, come on, that's the top 6.
That was Bob Arum joining us via satellite from Arizona. One last question, Mr. Arum. Will you be visiting any massage parlors?
Fuck no. Fucking crap fucked it up for everybody.
No?
Miguel Burchell, 27. Gervonta Davis, 24. Some guy I don't know who's ranked Rakimov, 24. Concio, 30. Tevin Farmer, 28. Joseph Diaz, 26. There's a lot more competition coming. One division lower is where Lomachenko probably should be. They can move him up to 140. I think he's too small. They might chase money, but seriously, I was upset Burchell didn't call him out. Really upset last night. I don't know who's talking to this guy. Matter of fact, let me go see who the hell he was even talking about. Did you know?
No.
Itio, Masiku Itio. Can you say that name? He's 25, 1, and 13. 28 years old. He's going up against Jamal Herring in his next fight, May 25th, 2019, for the WBO Super Featherweight title, Lee. He's from Tokyo, Japan. He's beaten absolutely nobody. There's some undefeated fighters, but don't know these guys at all. Their name's Christopher Diaz. And then some Shamalama Ding Dong. No. And then Jamal Herring, let me go to him. He's 19-2. These are the two guys Miguel Burchell called out. Like, seriously? Where did this come from? Jamal Herring, 19-2 and 10. From America, 33 years old. Cincinnati, Ohio. Dos Santos, he beat in his last fight. That would be cool if you're in the MMA. This is boxing. John Vincent. No, these are nobodies. I mean, I don't know where Miguel Burchell came up with these names, but that was totally planted by Top Rank right there. He got told what to say. That's not the name Miguel Berchelt wants to fight. You better believe that, people. He didn't wake up going, Herring Itio. Yes, I must fight the winner of that fight. Fuck out of here. It's Lomachenko. Where are you guys at? They're scared of that fight. Top ranked scared.
Nagasaki Hamagawa, Andrew, if you want to get the name correct.
Bob Arum's scared of it. Bob Arum's scared of it just like he was scared to put Mayweather in the ring with De La Hoya when Mayweather wanted to. You got to remember, Mayweather fought Hernando Hernandez one fight, one or two fights after Oscar stopped him. That fight was possible. But
actually, Andrew, I want to get it correct. I didn't want Oscar to fight Strum.
No, you didn't want him to fight. You didn't want Floyd to fight him. And Oscar proved that at 32 when he got a split decision defeat to Floyd Mayweather at 32. What the fuck you think Oscar would have did to him at 27, 28? No respect at 32. He walked right through Mayweather's punches. Mayweather landed a lot of right hands. Don't get me wrong. They were there all night. That kid, that man, that old-ass man, the man that already took in a dive, he walked right through it. He walked right through. He's there for 12 rounds. And actually, in the 12th round, he punked Floyd more than Floyd punked him. In the last 10 seconds, he's beaten Floyd's ass. So no, this is Top Rank has done this before. They will protect too, just like we see other promotional companies protecting the WBC heavyweight champ. I think Lomachenko is being protected by Berchelt. Berchelt has done everything to get the fight with Lomachenko. He's the best in his division. He's unified. Let's get it on. Lomachenko's been dying for one of these opponents. They don't want it. They don't want it.
Andrew, you're not going to believe this. Our newest correspondent is about to join us for our next story.
I need coffee.
You do. Are you texting for it?
Yes.
All right, you ready for our newest correspondent to call in?
Go ahead.
They're on hold. Get ready, because the epic upset of Saturday night is about to be discussed.
Oh, man.
It was epic, right? Joining us via phone, we've discovered this is the hardest get for any boxing show. Our newest correspondent to Fight Net Radio, Andrew, on the line, Clarissa Shields.
Hey. How's it going, Miss Shields?
Hey, Andrew.
You sound like Oscar.
Outside of the hey, I got nothing else beyond the hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it should be hey, girlfriend, but I don't know where to go with it.
It
I don't do
sounds like Oscar impersonating Clarissa Shields.
Shut up, eh? All right? I don't need that horse shit in my life. Just because I'm doing the Clarissa Shields thing, stop that shit, all right?
Seriously, the biggest letdown of the PBC.
Holy crap.
Right now.
The fictitious Al Heyman is literally crapping himself. If you live under a rock or you hate boxing, turn off this show. Look, I shit on the PBC repeatedly, and Andrew will tell you via text that I kept him up to date without telling him the outcome. And my first text was, and I quote, the Lee Honish text. Well, I'm still watching after 4 rounds. At round 7, I wrote, did I not write, this is possibly fight of the year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it not possibly fight of the year?
Yes, no, it was back and forth. He beat him in his hometown on the scorecard, so it's got to be a candidate, right? It's very hard to go into someone's hometown when he's the unified champ and take that.
His fucking mom was ringside with 700
500
tickets. Family.
Yeah, 500 tickets given to family and friends for this. He totally let him down. Listen, Hurd. Hey, shout out to our boy Willie. Willie called this one. Willie wanted the Philadelphia fighter. He said they're tough. If Hurd took him lightly, he was going to take this. I got to bow down because I didn't see it. Lee, this kid Hurd was supposed to be the future. He just beat Harrison Trout, Lara, getting up to the number 1 spot in the junior middleweights, and comes in here and just totally lays an egg. Hey, I'm going to call it the Canelo effect. Fuck you guys. I'm going to call it the Canelo effect. What was he doing in the first 2 rounds with all that head movement, Lee? Oh, no, he's trying to put his hands down and move his head. Pink getting caught. Pink getting caught. Oh, you didn't see him do that the rest of the fight, huh, you guys? Because it wasn't working. I'm going to call it the Canelo effect. Sometimes, hey, athletes, see athletes do something and they mimic it. They want to be that guy. Take for granted Curry's 35-foot fucking three-pointer. How many kids are trying that now in college? How many guys are trying that now in the NBA? So this was a slow start, bad game plan. If you're a slow starter, you don't want to start out trying to defense, right? Oh, yeah, you know, I'm usually cold, so let me keep my hands down, and I'm going to just move my head and get caught with, I don't know, 1 out of 3, 2 out of 4. The fuck was going on with this guy? Like, he got dropped. Did he get dropped with his hands down? Lee, rewind that. Did that man get dropped with his hands down? This is shit I'm talking about, man. I don't know what he was doing. He was too relaxed. What should we call it? Williams was there to fight. He just bowed down the wrong way, got it caught right on the temple. Boom.
The first time I saw it, I thought he just fell, but when they did the slow replays, you see that he catches him on the temple.
That hook.
Right there.
That hook. Yeah, that hook. Right hand got him.
Yep.
That hook puts him down. It was an awesome fight by Williams. He came to do it. And Hurd showed moments. Listen, Lee, I just named off 3 very good junior middleweights that Hurd beat to his #1 spot. I think the kid watched Charlo just as myself. I think we remembered Williams in that Charlo fight a little bit too much, where his chin didn't show up. I think Hurd literally went into this fight thinking he was going to toy with this man. He went in there cold. He went in there relaxed. He went in there thinking he was going to just walk through him with his power, because that's what he showed. He looked like one of those veteran fighters that just come to show up for, I don't know, 4 or 5 rounds, and they usually get the guy out of there, but it didn't happen. It did not happen. Williams took everything he had. He kept coming. It was a great inside fight. Another thing Hurd needs to work on, they kept saying it during the telecast, and you could see it. He crowded his own punches. So many of his punches meant nothing. It was like he was fighting his little brother, and he didn't want to hurt him, but he was tired. He was gassed. He didn't put a lot of effort, I think, into training. I'm going to have to call it that, because his rise to his #1 spot, his unified title, he put in a lot of better showings than he did last night. From round 1, he looked way too calm, getting hit with the punches that he was getting hit with. No defense whatsoever. He tried with the head movement. It did not work for him last night.
Okay, so here's the question. Did you think they were going to score it a draw?
Yes, absolutely. I absolutely did. I have no faith in this PBC scoring right now. We seen a draw earlier. The Matt Korobov fight got scored. It got scored for Korobov. Then they went to the fucking locker room, and they come back and go, "Oh, that was a miss math on the scorecard. Sorry about that. It's now a draw." So we have another draw in the PBC. What do you call it, Lee? Circuit, their little fight thing they got going on right now. I mean, yes, I absolutely thought Hurd was going to get out of this with the draw. Their junior middleweight division's kind of messed up right now. Tony Harrison lost to Hurd, right? People will call this exciting. Maybe it's exciting, but no one gets rich off a bunch of guys that are average, right? You usually want one guy that is separated from the pack. Right now, they have a bunch of guys that are losing to each other. Charlo lost to Harrison. Harrison lost to Hurd. Williams lost to Charlo. Hurd lost to Williams. This thing is all mixed up right now. The PBC can now do a tournament of losers, right? Get the one guy. Hopefully, one of these guys get out of this tournament with only 1 defeat, and then he can match Spence, move up to the junior middleweight. Spence could then fight this guy. Right now, Spence and Hurd is derailed. The Hurd was undefeated. Hurd 6-1. Hurd was destroying everybody in the division. This was going to be an awesome fight for Al Heyman. Right now, it's the tournament of the 1 defeat.
Ultimately, we did get to the 12th round, and after scoring it, the judges scored it for the correct guy, who should have won by way more rounds than they gave him credit for. They gave very liberal judging to Swift Hurd, did they not?
You know,
how'd you score it?
It was 7-5. You know, Lee, I had the guy winning.
7-5 with 1 round being a 10-8 round.
Yes. The guy was winning. I knew Williams was winning. I didn't have Hurd winning this fight. What I kept thinking, he was throwing those punches, those haymakers, and he was catching them with the right hand. He had angles that he was working, and he was landing his punches. He did not hurt Williams. Listen, this is 2 weeks in a row. We've watched fighters come back from knockouts and not okay, Daniel Jacobs didn't beat Saul Alvarez, but he went 12 rounds with him. And after he was knocked out by Pirog and knocked down by Morel and knocked down by Golovkin, I did not think that was going to happen. And many people had Canelo stopping Jacobs, but Jacobs pulled through. Williams is stopped, 5-6 rounds by Charlo. I had his chin being a major reason why he wasn't going to be able to stand up last night, and Hurd would either win by TKO or on points. His chin holds up. So it's not a nail in the coffin just because you see a fighter lose by a knockout in their career, early in their career.
It's a fight worth watching. If you have not seen it, get your hands on it. Go and see it. It is
right there. You said it last night. And there it is right there. 2019 Fight of the Year right now. Boom.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Bad Left Hook for calling it Fight of the Year right now. I thought it was. And here's the problem for Hurd that I saw, Andrew. You're the expert. I'm just going to play the funny haha guy who watches boxing.
Oh, here we go.
I now know the formula for beating Hurd, right? I now know to crowd him and work the body and to work on my uppercuts and not allow this guy to get any kind of space whatsoever. Like, Hurd has to learn a new game completely because everybody's going to use this as a template.
Yes, there's a lot there. I thought Hurd was doing a lot of that crowding himself. So I don't know if it was Williams getting on the inside and staying there or if Hurd was allowing that too much. Either way, whatever it was, they need to look at the tape and fix that because, yes, like I said, worthless punches on the inside. There was some moments where Williams is just beating him on the inside because he's landing crisp power punches, combinations, and Hurd just looks like he's tapping the guy. I'm not in the ring. I don't know if they're how hard they act. Maybe his hands are that hard where he can throw like that, but he looked like he was outgunned on the inside. Seriously, they stay on the outside or work on your inside game on learning leverage on how to get power out of those shots.
There you go. And that covers all of our boxing for last night, Andrew. And how would you rate your Saturday night boxing experience on a scale of 1 to 10?
ESPN's fights were good. The Hurd, they were all good. It was a good night of fighting. They showed up. Williams pulled off a major upset. That fight was very close. You know it's close because it's in Hurd's backyard. He's the champ. He's undefeated. Big setback. It was a big setback last night in the junior middleweight division. Like I said, it made the PBC in a better spot because they now have a tournament with all these guys. I'm sure Williams and Hurd are going to rematch, right? They're not going to go straight to the winner of Charlo versus Harrison that's happening in a few months. I think they got a rematch. The winner of Harrison versus Charlo, say it's Harrison again. Well, now he gets in between fight because he's going to want to stay active. Well, Hurd and Williams figure their rematch out. So this was all good for PBC, even though in the long term for Spence, we don't know how this will pan out. Spence needs a lot of huge fights with only getting out of the PBC, and I think Hurd was one of those. Charlo was definitely one with him losing to Harrison a few months ago. That was a major setback for the PBC, and now they lost another undefeated guy in Hurd. So that was the only one that hurt, was actually the future of Spence, who needs bigger opposition. Without Spence having an undefeated Keith Thurman or an undefeated Jared Hurd to hide behind, right? See, to tell you guys, it's strap season. I got to move up and fight these guys. He doesn't want the number one strap. He doesn't want the pound for pound strap. No, fuck that strap season. We're going after these titles, right? That pound for pound, that two-time undisputed champion. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, my coffee.
Go to fightnetradio.com. Get all your updates. Click on Facebook, YouTube. Listen to one of the shows. There's stuff that's strictly audio. There's stuff that's strictly video. But whatever it is, find your fix at fightnetradio.com. Visit our merch store. Visit Las Vegas Discount.
He doesn't want.
Yes.
He doesn't want that title, Lee. So this is what I mean. This hurts him because now people are going to go, Hurd lost. He lost. Terrence Crawford hasn't lost. Terrence Crawford's still one of the best in the world. Why don't you want to fight him? Right? Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao. Seriously, what we got here, people? Seriously, let's be real. One, Manny Pacquiao is not a WBA champ. He's not. There's only one fucking champion in the division. That's Keith Thurman. That other belt is phony. So throw that Manny Pacquiao shit out the window about this is champion versus champ. This is a number one contender, a 40-year-old, a guy that people said was out of the game 6 years ago. 6 years ago when, who was it? He's not getting up, Jim. He's not getting up. You guys remember that, right? You do remember that, right? What was it? I don't know, 5 years ago? When Mayweather just destroyed him in one of the most boring mega fights of all time, right? He was gone back then. So you got him fighting Keith Thurman, who's had one fight in, I don't know, fucking half a decade. He looked like shit. I swear to God, is my mind, am I being crazy here, Lee? Didn't Josito fucking Lopez almost knock out Keith Thurman? What is it? Your strap season. Get the fuck out of here. The number one fight in Spence's career right now is Terrence Crawford. If you want to be the number one fighter in the world, that is the strap. That is the title. Number one in the world. You're going after Terrence Crawford. Don't give me anything else. So this hurt thing, this hurts him hiding behind Al Heyman's skirt. Go ahead.
We use that as a prelude to say, turning to boxing news, I was giving Andrew an out because it is Mother's Day at that moment, but since he brought it up, you're out of luck, Andrew. I'd actually set that whole sequence up so you had an out at the 1 hour marker. But now we have to discuss it. Just announced yesterday, about 6 p.m. West Coast time, this coming to us from Kevin Iole of Yahoo Sports, Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman to fight in a unification welterweight bout in July. Manny Pacquiao's decision to sign with Premier Boxing Championship last year will pay big dividends to date when he meets Keith Thurman on July 20th in a welterweight title unification bout on Fox Sports pay-per-view. Problem number one, by the way, if anybody's wondering. No venue has been announced, but a source close to the fight says the fight will be in Las Vegas. The PBC plans to air the super middleweight title fight between IBF Caleb Plant and Mike Lee on Fox that will serve as the lead into the pay-per-view. Pacquiao-Thurman bout has been talked about for years and figures to provide fireworks. Thurman is 29-0 with 22 knockouts and is an outstanding offensive fighter, though he hasn't knocked out since or stopping anyone since Luis Collazo, July 11th, 2015. Pacquiao is 61-7-2 with 39 KOs.
Lee, Lee, get me right. Is my math correct? That's 4 years of him not being one-time nothing. He's one.
Yeah, it is. You're correcting your math, sir.
Okay, all right.
Pacquiao is 61-7-2 with 39 KOs. Both men hold a version of the WBA. So this is a unification bout of the WBA, not of all the titles. Do I have that correct, Andrew? We're doing a title unification within a title.
Hey, if you're using the Steven Espinoza calculator, you might as well do the unification WBA.
The WBA regular, the WBA super, the WBA Shamalama Ding Dong belt. That's a unification bout. Put it on pay-per-view.
Manny Pacquiao was knocked out 7 fucking years ago, Lee. 7 years ago. 2012.
Him very well.
And now you're supposed to tell me this fight is what's going to get Spence to the pound for pound number one? Are you serious? People, what are you buying into right now? Oh my God.
But how do you really feel about the fight, Andrew?
Hey, I'm just saying, no. Hey, listen, Spence, if he had fought in Crawford, I love this game plan. You know what? Take all those little belts. That's cool. But don't tell me you're the best in the division. You're the boogeyman of the division. You're the A side of the division. Listen to me. Man, Spence, if you want to be the #1 fighter in the world, you got to fight Crawford. There's nothing other. You are no boogeyman. You're no A side. If you're the A side and you're trying to prove you're the best, then you fight Terrence Crawford, who's the WBO welter. He's one of your straps. That's one of your, hey, what are those stones Thanos is looking for? What are those, Lee?
They're the Infinity Stones, Andrew.
Hey, there's one of his Infinity Stones. Terrence Crawford's holding it. It's not like we're bullshitting here. You want straps? He's got it. He's got 2 of them. He gives you pound for pound ranking superior over everybody. And then he gives you one of your titles that you're looking for to unify the whole division. Like, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. It's Bob Arum. It's not Bob Arum. You're saying you're A side. So why aren't you making it done? Why Al Heyman's the most powerful man in the sport? Why aren't you getting it done? Don't fuck Bob Arum. Al Heyman made De La Hoya versus Mayweather when Top Rank didn't want it. So why can't you get it done?
Anything else on this particular fight, Andrew?
That's boring. It's boring. Thurman better beat him if Pacquiao does. What a letdown. Are we serious right now? We're about to get hyped over a 40. What? He should be 41. I believe Manny's going to be 41 this year. We should be really that hyped over a guy you guys have said has been out of this sport since 2012, because that ain't his last loss. He then lost to Floyd Mayweather. He then lost to Jeff Horn. And he never rematched Horn. So don't sit here and tell me that was a controversial decision, because believe me, when 40,000 people sell out fucking Australia to watch that fight, he's going back if he knew he could beat Horn. He's definitely going back. He didn't want to go back. Matter of fact, not only did Manny Pacquiao not want to go back to Australia to fight Jeff Horn, who else did he duck, you guys? Who else did he duck? Oh, that guy that I'm calling for Spence to stop ducking. Yeah, that Terrence Crawford connection. Better believe there's a reason why Terrence Crawford's the best fighter in the world. You boys are ducking him over there in the B Street. That's a B Street gang, Lee. Come on now. I'm going to keep saying it until I see it. But you guys keep claiming you're the A side when you make no A side like moves. Fighting Sean Porter and fighting fucking the winner of this fight, a 42-year-old and a guy who's fought once in 2 years. That is not an A side move. Terrence Crawford, the 2-time undisputed champ, has come to your division and called you out multiple fucking times. His promoter has went on record saying, let's get the fight done. You keep hiding. You keep hiding. That's not A-side moves. You're B Street.
Did you have an aneurysm? You okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're okay? Did you get coffee? Did they bring it in?
Hey, what do you think? Hey, do you think Thurman knocks out? Can Thurman knock out Pacquiao? How about that one?
Is there drug testing involved in the fight? It makes a difference to me.
It might be Manny winning. Might be Manny winning then. Hey, if Manny gets him hurt like Josito Lopez did.
I'm just telling you, Manny on the juice, right? The Thailand juice, where he comes in and he's big and he's rocked up. I like Manny Pacquiao in this fight.
I'm gonna end this with this, Lee.
Okay.
For anyone that wants to start emailing or texting or writing on the comments that this is a business or this is a business decision, I'm not in this for business decisions. I look for the best fights. When the best fights get made and they're not, you got to call it out, right? I'm not here with the calculator. I'm not here to tell you what fighter made what the most money on his way to becoming a rich man, and we should all bow down to that because they're hella smart, because they passed on the fights that we all pay to watch, our hard-earned money. We pay to watch these guys fight, and they're not doing it because of a business decision. Fuck out of here with that. Terrence Crawford and Spence is the best fight to get made. And back in the day, all of the fighters were still rich, and the best fights got made. That's all there is to it. Some of the best fighters in the world have multiple losses. Hell, Roberto Duran is considered the greatest lightweight of all time. Lee, doesn't he have like 17, 18 motherfucking losses? That man has more losses than any of the legends. Does it hurt his status? Does it really hurt his status? No, it doesn't. Because at the time that he fought, the other guy, Leonard and Hearns and Hag, they were the best. And that's what we remember. We don't remember records. Hell, Roberto Duran gets more respect in the defeat to Marvelous Hagler than Floyd would ever get against any of his welterweight opponents at the end of his run. Dead serious.
It's good, Andrew. Solid. So you're saying that this isn't an instant classic. Is that what you're trying to say?
And I can't because the last few fights haven't been classics. Look, the guy didn't look good against Lopez, and I'm talking about Thurman. That was supposed to be a showcase fight. Love Josito Lopez to death, but against A opposition, the man has never shown up. On that night he did, and I got to blame it on the shoulder. I got to blame it on the inactivity. I got to blame it on the fucking fire that Thurman we've seen has dwindled down recently when he's talking about, oh, Spence is a fighter that I see myself 2 years ago as. What? Who made you a legend, dude? You got 2 titles in one division. You need to stop. But we've seen his attitude change. We've seen him get married, travel the world, spending all that PBC money that they get flooded with. That's awesome. Don't know who he is today. The Lopez fight gives me a lot of doubt. For Manny, hey, Manny has done good hanging around, right? This is a good little bump in his career. He goes at PBC. He's got a bunch of PBC people thinking he's Manny of 2009. He's not. This is 10 years later, 2019. I'm sorry. He has multiple defeats. He's been knocked out. There's nothing there. Spence should be upset that this is the fight of his future. He should demand, I'm the best fighter in the world. Why can't I prove it? Why can't I prove it? You act like he's not going to make $20 million when he fights these guys after Crawford. Stop it. You want to prove you're the best? There's a man who has disrespected you in your own fucking division. He's come up 2 divisions. He's conquered 2. He is the king of the divisions lower than you. He's disrespected you, and you hide behind your manager. It's total bullshit. I call bullshit.
Which takes us to our featured story, Andrew. I was avoiding it as long as I humanly could, but I cannot. Sadly, we are 6 days. Did I use that word correctly? Was that the correct adjective? Sadly, we're 6 days away from, quote unquote, the fight, Andrew. Now, for those of you who live under a rock, Dominic Brazil is fighting Deontay Wilder on Saturday night, live on Showtime.
He didn't even spell check. You know how many people told him he got it wrong? And he didn't even go back and edit. Shit, Deontay.
What?
Nothing.
What are you talking about?
Judgment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They've been telling them for 22 hours. They have been telling them, dude, you spelt it wrong. You spelt it wrong. You spelt it wrong. And the motherfucker. And
okay,
I swear to God.
Let's go through this by Deontay. So Deontay,
I love that.
Wrote 1 week till Judgment Day. Now, for those of you just listening, he spelled it Judgment. Okay? He hashtagged till this day, which I don't even get.
Sick. It's sick. Yeah, you need to stop trying to make money off the whatever you're going with the till this day. I know what you meant by it. So why is it a reoccurring statement from you? I don't get it. What's going on here? Could have swore you're getting paid like fucking, I don't know, $12 million a fight.
Here's the fucked up part, and I'll show it down at the bottom of the screen. Here's what makes Deontay Wilder such an ignorant person. If I were to type in Judgment and hit the space bar, well, I guess you can spell it that way, and it's not going to put the red line under it, Andrew.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. See,
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. I've never seen it spelled that way.
Poor Deontay.
Oh, there it is. Nope. Apparently you could spell it without the E, Andrew. Whatever the case, all the fans spelled it with an E. I digress. Here's some feedback about this fight, Andrew, from the fans before we cover it. Judgment, this comes to us from Robert Marsden on Facebook. Judgment Day comes when you finally find the courage to face the unified champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, and you are baptized and relieved of the WBC title. Wow. All right, here's a positive one. He's a top fan, Andrew. Wilder is the best heavyweight in the world by about 7 meters. If there's one thing that Rocky movies showed us, it's the muscles win fights in heavyweight boxing. Just look at Ivan Drago versus Apollo Creed. And Wilder clearly has a bigger forearm and pecs than Brazil. Wilder reminds me of Roberto Duran. Only difference is Wilder is bigger and his style is completely different. What the fuck? Did somebody really type that up? Tom Fahey, top fan. Hope and pray Brazil wins. And he's a top fan, Andrew. Top fan. Alan Hinton, and still the undefeated WBC. Positive. Soft win for Wilder. 1 week until judgment, question mark. The world has already judged you as the big dosser. Oh, you're UK, bro. You're definitely UK. A dosser. Isn't that the term that Tyson uses all the time?
Yes, they all use it. I don't know.
Wilder is going to win. Deontay, are you promising again Brazil and his fans to be? I love this guy, Deontay Wilder. Good for you, Donzo. Don't use hearts as a man talking about another man. It's so fucking gay. And by the way, if you're gay and you listen to this show, I'm not sure why that is. I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you, if you're asking me what dick-sucking gay looks like, writing Deontay, you promise again Brazil and his fans to be question mark, I love guy Deontay Wilder, and put hearts and a diamond ring, seems pretty dick-sucking gay. Does it not seem dick-sucking gay to you, Andrew?
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe he has a crush. Whatever. Maybe it's a girl. Who knows?
I would say that my Jesse Vargas obsession is bordering on dick-sucking gay. But what do I know?
Hey, what is this fight? This fight's going to be... fight's going to be 5 rounds? What are you calling here, Lee? Someone's getting knocked out early.
Before I throw dirt onto Brazil, okay, which is what I'm ultimately going to do because he has no chin and he's already been beaten.
Hey,
right?
we've seen... Wait, I just told you about Jacobs. I just told you about Williams.
I just want to throw this in because it's my favorite thing about this fight. And it just came out the other day, right? Dominic Brazil, if it'll come up on the screen, video-wise, Andrew. Dominic Brazil has said, and I quote, "When I beat Deontay, he will retire from boxing." So let's just cover that for a second because it amuses the fuck out of me from a conceptual standpoint, right? If for some reason Deontay Wilder slips on a banana peel, breaks his neck on the chair in the corner like a movie, right? Because that's the only way he's going to lose this fight. Legitimately, I'm going to call it right now. I'm not a Deontay Wilder homer. Everybody who listens to this show knows it. I think Deontay Wilder is the biggest paper champion of all paper champions that we've ever had in the heavyweight division. And we have had some epically paper champion. The first name that comes to my mind is Ruiz. Am I doing pretty good with my paper champions, Andrew?
Yes.
With all of that said, Deontay Wilder is fighting Dominic Trouble Brazil on Saturday night on possibly the shittiest boxing card they could have put together. And they want us to watch it, Andrew, right?
Dude, he's ranked 12th. I don't know. It is what it is. Lee, he's
okay. With all of that said,
6'6", and he has a big right hand, and it's about who lands first, correct?
I get that. So let me just start with the first question, and then you can go off on a huge epic rant.
No rant.
If Dominic Breazeale wins the fight for some epic reason, whatever it is, 12-round decision, Deontay Wilder quits because he's a bitch, he gets knocked out, he trips, he falls, he loses via technicality because he gets cut after the 4th round, whatever. If Deontay Wilder loses the title somehow on Saturday night, do you think he'll retire?
No, hell no. He has to try to make up the money that he'll never make up, but he'll keep chasing the rabbit. So he's
making $24 million for this fight, Andrew.
No, he's not. He ain't making $24 million, nothing.
I've used the Espinosa calculator, Andrew.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, then it is possible he's making upwards of even more than that, Lee.
Because it's strap season, Andrew.
Oh, where was I going to go with it?
I don't know.
Listen,
I'd love to hear you.
I got it.
All right.
As the junior middle, I told you guys about the junior middleweight division being more. It's better for the PBC than it is any of the fighters, Spence included. This would be better for the PBC if Breazeale was to win. It doesn't leave their in-house. Now Heyman has Breazeale as the WBC champ, so he's making WBC heavyweight money off of him, right? He'll parade him around. He'll do all the same things he does with Wilder. They'll have a rematch. It's in-house. He's splitting again. Wilder might have a third fight with them. Swear to God, you never know if the rematch is exciting. Al Heyman might do it again. And we'll never see Wilder leave the PBC stable. And Wilder will never make the money he was supposed to make with ESPN or DAZN. But Al Heyman will continue to make money off both of these men. So it leads more and more, like I've been saying, that when this is all said and done, Al Heyman is going to look like the new Don King when this is all said and done, if Breazeale is to upset Deontay Wilder. This is not good for Deontay.
You just step over the dead corpse and take the next guy.
That's right. And Lee, he keeps all the money. Like Wilder's going to be like, hey, wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, I never made my $20 million a fight, but Breazeale, you think in the rematch would have to make around $8-10 million, right? Say he knocks out. Let's be real. He knocks out Deontay Wilder. These guys hate each other. They're fucking going at it in the press conference the week of the fight. At the face-off, they're going at each other. Then the upset happens. You have to believe that Breazeale is going to get a significant raise in the rematch. Deontay's money will come down. Al Heyman's cut doesn't go anywhere. Come on now. This is a beautiful thing for Al Heyman. He's got these guys. They're loyal to the wrong thing. They got to be loyal to themselves. They got to be loyal to them families. When you see $120 million on the table, people, you got to take that. You don't leave that there and trust. You're trusting that the man is going to do everything that he says he's going to do for you. No. We'll see with Deontay. I'm dead serious, people. We're going to see with Deontay. We'll use him as an experiment. Sad for Deontay, but that's what we'll do here with Fight Net Radio. We'll see if Al Heyman gets him. I don't know. They're about $200 fucking million in the hole right now, you guys. Seriously. $50 million from AJ, $140 million from AJ, and $120 million from ESPN. What's the math on that, Lee? That's 290. That's almost $300 million.
Even Espinosa calculator and the Al Heyman offer to work, right?
Lee, remember,
Deontay has no choice but to continue to win into like his 40s.
Yes. Lee, $50 million was the first offer AJ gave to them. 50 fucking million. No, we don't want that. So then they come back when DAZN starts handing out. All right, we'll give you, 4 fights, $120 million. So 50 and 120, that's 170. Then if you add in the $120 million that ESPN tried to give him, 170 and 120, 80, 90, that's 290, right? 290, right. $300 million, man. They'll never see that. They'll never see that. He's got to win. I'm hoping Deontay wins. I don't want this to be the outcome is he get knocked out and we get to sit here and laugh and say, I told you so. But it will happen if you get knocked out. I'm just fucking playing.
Here's the thing. And for anybody I'm just going to explain it. Anthony Joshua is worth $60 million. Deontay Wilder is worth $16 million. I'll say it again. Deontay Wilder is in the teens, plus or minus, of the millions. And Joshua's in the 60s of millions dollars. That's a huge difference, Andrew.
Doesn't he make like 20, 30 million in his next fight in a few weeks?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, it's about to go up significantly in his next fight, Lee.
Deontay doesn't have endorsement deals because he's a problem child. There's just so much wrong with the Deontay Wilder product.
Till this day. Screaming till this day everywhere is a marketing issue. Hello?
Is it a shirt?
Oh, yeah, and that ain't selling. And that ain't selling. Shit.
I might buy one.
Till this day.
Kelly King might buy one.
Anthony Joshua's over here traveling the world.
Generally, in these situations, Andrew, I like to look at the betting because that tells me the outcome of the fight most of the time. Caesar's Palace has Deontay Wilder as an 8-1 favorite with Dominic Brazil. Oh, it's minus 800 plus 550. Westgate, minus 1,000 plus 650. The Sunset Casinos, minus 700 plus 500. So Westgate has already moved it up to get the betting on Dominic by moving him up to plus 650. I suspect by Showtime, Andrew, Dominic Brazil, you would probably be able to get a plus. I'm going to base it on betting, if anybody's actually betting on the fight. If it goes to plus 800, I might be willing to drop a bet on Dominic Brazil.
I don't know why 650 doesn't get you to the sports book. That's a great number for this fight. It's a heavyweight fight. Both men are huge punchers. This is about whoever hits first, who lands first, Lee. This could be that type of fight. I don't see it going very long at all because, one, they're both heavyweights, and two, one of them has a questionable chin already. Now, both men have been hurt. Let's not get twisted here. Fucking Wilder's been hurt in his last two fights, right? Ortiz and Fury both had Wilder on wobbly legs. So it's not like he has a great foundation himself. Now, he has a tremendous heart. He stays up. He fights through it. I'll give him all of that. But when you're fighting a 6'6" guy with a punch, you never know. His right hand might be the right hand that puts you down. It doesn't just hurt you. That's a great number, plus 650, plus 550. If you're gambling at a casino, those are great odds than what you're going to see out there on the floor anyway. So why not drop a note on that? It's just a matter. If I am Dominic Brazil, I got to come out the gates gunning fast. Jab right hand. It's got to be fast. It's got to be heavy. Don't let up. Do not let Deontay dictate the pace of the fight because his looping hands will touch you. If you can get in Deontay's space, you can rattle him. You can put him on your pace. I think that's what Brazil needs to go for here. Or if he stays back and tries to make this a chess match, I think Wilder, because his unorthodox offensive style, the way he throws his punches, it seems to touch the opponents more when they sit back and try to let it become a counter puncher. You don't want to counter punch Deontay Wilder. You want to take the fight to Deontay Wilder. Brazil has the firepower to do that.
With that said, Andrew, walk me through what you think the fight will look like.
I think Dominic Brazil is going to try to outbox him. He thinks he's better. After I said all that, right? He thinks he's better technically than Deontay Wilder. He's going to try to play the Fury approach, right? Outbox him. It's not going to work because he doesn't have Fury's chin. Deontay will touch Brazil in the first 5 rounds. He will hurt him. He will drop him. This fight will be stopped by the refs. Remember, he is the PBC golden child right now. Don't be surprised if he doesn't even get a count. It's a wave off. I got to save his life type situation.
Okay. If Deontay Wilder loses, does Showtime go out of business?
No,
This won't be the nail in the coffin?
No, because they have both fighters in their stable. They will rematch it. They'll put it on Showtime. They'll put it on Fox. Listen, there's money to be made in a heavyweight fight. It's just not the money that Deontay was promised, and it's not the money that Deontay was offered by those other guys that say they were out there to get him. We're gonna find out here in the next year and a half if all the things that Al Heyman and Steve Espinoza have been telling Deontay were true or not. For Floyd made the right decision when he left Bob Arum. Floyd made a lot of money when he left Top Rank and became his own. The people need to understand Floyd Money Mayweather was already made. His character hadn't peaked yet, but his respect, his skills, all of that was made by the matchmaking of Top Rank. We had him pound for pound with Top Rank way before he went off on his own with Al Heyman. So there, Floyd likes to make it seem like it was Al Heyman who controlled his whole career, but anyone who followed boxing back then knows Top Rank, the matchmaking of Top Rank, sometimes the scorecards. Okay, Al Heyman had nothing to do with the Jose Luis Castillo first fight, fight that everyone can point at. I mean, I don't give a fuck what day it is. You ever put a Mayweather fan in the room with me and tell me he's undefeated 50-0, I'll pop in that Castillo fight and we can go over it. Seriously, because nobody has him winning at the end of that fight. Now he rematches him in 6 months, and that's why he got away with it. He did something that most great fighters don't. Real fast, De La Hoya never rematches Pernell Whitaker. Trinidad never rematches De La Hoya. There's reasons. They see a style that they can't beat. They don't want no part of it. Now, you can say Chavez never rematched Whitaker. I'll counter you with Whitaker turned down a $10 million offer to rematch Julio Cesar Chavez. The offer was on the table. Whitaker didn't want it because Whitaker was having a great life with HBO, fighting contenders in the welterweight division while he lured the Chavez rematch out in front. But that was back then. This is now Mayweather. Yeah, I'll watch that fight with anyone. The reason why Mayweather got away with it is because he rematches Castillo and beats him. The Wilder situation, it's a win for Showtime if he loses. Sorry.
Okay. In the pre-fight interview or this week's, how many times will Deontay Wilder talk about physically killing Dominic Breazeale?
Yeah, no doubt. He's brought it up at least twice, I think, already in the lead up to this fight. I definitely see him leaning on that a lot more. These two, I believe it's real. I'm going to say that they don't really like each other. They got into a hotel. This easily can be one of those bad guy, good guy situations, right? Where Deontay is like the tattooed guy, he's the guy who screams till this day. Dominic Breazeale, no tattoos, usually white collar, wearing a suit, respectable. Not saying Deontay isn't. I don't know Deontay on the outside, but his character, especially in fight week, is more of the bad guy. Well, Dominic Breazeale is like the gentleman. So, and that's a real shock to, how do I say this? The African-American, the kid, the boxer looking up at the fighters coming up, they lost two good role models. Hopefully the guys can bring it back in Daniel Jacobs and Jarrett Hurd. Both of them seem to be legit role models for the kids coming up that follow them. And they both took their bad defeats. So hopefully they can bring that back. Go ahead.
I'm placing the overs and unders at 5.5, Andrew. How many times will he bring up black pride issues this week?
I'm going to go under. I'm hoping there hasn't been really something. If something happens, leading up to the fight, then yes, he'll bring it up a lot. But if everything's cool, no videos come out, nothing happens, he should leave that issue alone. He will scream till this day. Everyone will say, what does that mean today? Oh, you know what it means. And then he'll never get into it.
Plus or minus 5.5 on to this day.
No. Plus. It seems like he's gonna try to make money off of this thing. I mean, he's making sure.
So. It's his thing. It's his gimmick. Yeah. Okay. Plus minus 3.5 on I'm gonna kill him, physically kill him in the ring. I keep having a dream. I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna say plus, man. I think 3 is a low number. I would bet on that. If they keep asking him the question, I don't see him going away from it. You would hope he does. Hey, I was just talking. You know, I hope both. No, that's usually not Deontay on fight week, right? He gets possessed with the bronze bomber. Right? That's his other personality, Lee.
Plus minus, Steven Espinosa mentions 5.5.
No, they're gonna stay. Nope, I don't see them mentioning Steven Espinosa. Steven Espinosa is lucky this man is loyal to them right now. He should already be a millionaire. He should already be thinking about his future with DAZN and being a global icon, sports figure, known around the world. He doesn't. He wants to be known on Showtime. That's great. He wants to go to his local club in Alabama with his WBC belt and tell everyone he's the champ. That's awesome. Could have been a lot more. Could have been on a soccer player level. He doesn't want to be. So whatever.
Plus minus 5.5. Anthony Joshua's a coward.
No, they don't bring up Joshua's name because they don't want their fans to even know him. See, there's some fans that only watch certain fights. You know, PBC fans, I swear to God, you see on the chat rooms all the time how some of these PBC fans will act like everyone else is garbage. It's sort of like me with the Raiders when I was little. Like, I didn't give a shit about the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl was the Raiders roster. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't anyone better than the guys on the Raiders. I don't give a fuck what our record was. And that's how PBC fans see their stable. So, no, they don't even want them to know that there's Anthony Joshua out there. I don't think they maybe mentioned him once, definitely not 5 times. That'll make him relevant, Lee.
Plus minus 5.5. Tyson Fury's a coward.
They might bring up Tyson Fury because there's an avenue for a pay-per-view fight there, which I know that's why Bob Arum has been playing to Al Heyman on the heavyweight situation. Definitely not on the Spence Crawford one, but on the Deontay Wilder staying with Showtime. Bob favors that because there's an avenue for a pay-per-view match to be done with Tyson Fury. So, yes, they might bring up Tyson Fury's name on. How many times did you say?
5.5 times.
I'm going to go under. They'll say it 4.
All right, next one. This is a good one. Will Floyd do something stupid this week?
No, Floyd has been quiet. I think Floyd's waiting to go broke. I'm sorry, you guys. I've been bringing back the rematch rumors. And hopefully now that I'm saying this, the fucker will come out and say he's coming back because sometimes boxing really needs him. We haven't let him go yet. But I'm going to say no. I'm going to say the money's still good. He's still traveling the world, buying fancy cars, fancy jewelry. There's no reason to fight yet. Once that man is told by his financial advisors, bro, you got to slow down or you're going to be broke by the time you're 60, he will then go, how much is my O worth? He'll come back. He'll give us the Leonard return in 8 fucking years. Maybe he wins. Maybe he doesn't. He'll make $300 million doing it and go off into the sunset.
And lastly, will anybody, because Bob set the stage for this, will Bob Arum be referred to as a white devil?
No, once again, I think they're going to be quiet on a PBC telecast. See, when Spence says that, that's to the diehards. That's to the guys on the internet looking him up. On their telecasts, they will not bring up Bob Arum's name. Once again, makes their company relevant, makes people question why PBC guys are never fighting those other guys. When, you know, they just want to keep it in-house right now. Remember, people, they are not looking to building legacy careers. They are looking for entertainment shows. They are looking to fill dates. They are looking to cash checks. Don't get the shit twisted.
With that said, Friday's the weigh-in. Saturday is the actual fight. Plus minus on number of Fight Net radio shows this week at 1.5, Andrew.
Yes, we should. Yeah. Yes, sir. We will have a show.
Are you under or over 1.5 on shows?
I'm going to say 1.5 is we'll do a Wednesday. I guess you could do, or maybe a 2. It matters how the weigh-ins go, right?
Yeah, it absolutely does. But if there's a lot to unpack based on crazy ass comments, you know there's a show.
Yeah, that's this week. Oh yeah, definitely. You guys, 2 shows. I'll take the over. We're going to see the final press conference, the weigh-ins. Something's got to happen. Yeah, there might be a death threat. You might see Breezel might finally blow a gasket because the guy keeps saying he's killing them. Yeah, definitely awesome.
With all that said, go to fightnetradio.com. All you got to do is type it in. Type it in, kids. Just type it in. And that'll take you to everything. You can listen to the show multiple ways. You can click on the merchandise store. Go get yourself some F&R merchandise. Because I'm going to start making till this day? To this day, till this day.
He's already making this. He's already made them. Dude, you got to believe he's going to sue you.
Radio to this day
he's
shirt.
He's going to sue you. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, God, I hope so.
I got eyes and ears everywhere. That's going to be on your voicemail. You know that, right?
I know what you're doing. I got fans all over the world, even people who listen to your silly ass. And last but not least, shout out to the mom of the show, Christina Lapache.
Thank you. Yes.
Hold on. You're going to like this, Andrew. I pulled this up. Who wrote just 30 minutes ago?
Oh, shit.
Woke up to screaming kids, to dirty dishes, and no breakfast.
Oh, no.
Thumbs down. My family is fired.
Oh,
Hashtag mom for life. No, mom for real. Laugh, laugh. At least I got to sleep in a bit. Question mark emoji. Hope everyone has a wonderful day.
I told you she was mad, Lee. See? Thanks for
what a way to end the show, though, right?
She just wants more money. That's all. I got to give her another 100 at the horse races now. She'll be happy. Don't worry.
For those of you who don't know, who have never, let's see her in her post.
I need her pony. I need her pony to come fucking across that finish line, dude.
With the love of her life, the man she can't get enough of, and I agree, I can't get enough of Andrew myself. That's borderline in a gay way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I'm in trouble. Now, if that post went out, no, she put out that Facebook.
Oh yeah, no, you're dead on that shit.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm trying to help you, bro. I'm helping you out right now because she looks amazing in this photo, and you look fucking wasted. And based on that party that I was at, that's pretty close. You're pretty ripped at that moment. You did very well. It was a good wedding. I enjoyed it. Good time. Yeah, but you're dead. You're dead. That's the first thing she wrote for the day. You're dead. You're so dead.
All right, I'm out of here. I gotta go, guys.
What a way to end on this Mother's Day. Oh, that's just so great. Hi, everybody.
Day.
Go to fightnetradio.com. Go do something for the mothers in your life. Go do stuff for people who don't have mothers and lost their mothers, whatever it is. Go do something nice. Send a text, send a tweet, do something. Just don't scream till this day. I'm recommending that if Andrew walks downstairs right now and screams, to this day, it's not going to get him anywhere. Instead, he's going to reach into his wallet and make it rain. And make his wife happy. That's the only way out. I only see one out for him today. You got to go and make it rain.
It's a good dinner and some nice bets.
Yes. What is she going to want? Is she going to want a steak dinner?
Yes, we're meat eaters. Yes, sir.
Yeah, as you should be, bro. As you should be. Going to Ruth Chris?
I don't know. It's her decision. Everything's on her.
Good boy. Sit, Andrew. Sit. Good
20. Boy. What a tour are we at? 22 years? You better know the rules of the game.
Damn right. That'll do it for Fight Net Radio. I love ending on Christina. That's just the best ending possibly to one of the shows ever. See, I could end it just on the happy photo, but it's not any good. The fact that she outlined directly to all of her family and this social media, for God's sakes.
All right, I gotta go.
That's it. Go to fightnetradio.com. We'll do a couple of shows this week because I guarantee Deontay's going to say stupid shit. It's just going to happen. And that'll make 2 shows by itself. Thanks, everybody, for listening. All right, clear.
Fight Net Radio. FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net.